the Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on Wednesday the 27th of January 2016, and to be honest, today's been a real bitty day. Haven't been able to get much time down in here. Been doing loads of paperwork and other bits and pieces, but needless to say, thank you very much first of all for all the kind back on the sanding. Turns out a lot of you didn't know it anyway, so it was great to get the feedback. People are saying, really, I never knew you could use the web. This was designed to release. Yeah, it's a little bit more high tech and just rubbing it around and all the rest of it. But generally, thank you very, very much on that one. Standalone video for it will go up on Thursday. I'll put it up on Thursday for you, because obviously you've got the next part of the MIG, which is going to go up tonight with this obviously show, which covers it as well. So it's like a duplicate, but obviously I've done it as a standalone video so you can see it just about sanding. Thanks for all the feedback. Thanks for your recommendations, what you'd like to see, everything else. Reoccurring topics, LED lighting. Now, I don't know, obviously some of you perhaps new to the site, things like that. We have covered them quite a lot in the past, right the way back to the first thing I think I played with it was on the Corsair. Yeah, the kit of Satan. So we did that Corsair LED light with fibre optics on that one, but we did the entire cockpit with it. Nav lights, pretty simple basic setup. Work quite well. The F4 Phantom, the one that's completely ripped open, that's got an LED cockpit in it. Again, it's one LED fed by a load of fibre optics. And then we went a little bit more high tech. So if you haven't seen it yet, the Suffer. Now the Suffer, now if I've done this right, you'll get a little video of it. That's got all the blinking stuff and everything else. So it's got a custom chip in that one and custom lighting system, as well as fibre optics. It's fibre optic in the cockpit. But externally it's all LED, so they're nice and bright and punchy and things like that. Then right up to date we got up with the Typhoon. Now the Typhoon, obviously high tech as well. So basically not a custom one. That's a straight off the shelf lighting rig by Scale Magic, and put it in. We showed all about it, so there's plenty of it on there. And then other ways of doing things. So Star Destroyer, huge thing, and obviously that's got 256 LEDs in it to light the entire of that thing. Inclusive, we got the engine with the flicker glow on the rear of it and all things like that as well. So we have done plenty of it, but what's going to happen is, hopefully, Richard, if you're watching this, I'm going to do something a little bit special in the summer, which is going to have a very high-tech system into it. It's something that's being worked on at the moment. I can't talk too much about it. It's obviously all, it's not my stuff, it's somebody else's stuff that's coming up to us, which is going to have, hopefully, sound, motion and lights in it. Okay, it's an entire setup, but it's something that's been worked on at the moment. I'm holding back doing a certain kit because of it, because that's the one I want to put it in and do it like that. So from that point of view, it should be pretty exciting. So I'm probably going to hold off the whole LED lighting sound system until that comes along, because I think that's going to be the next big thing. Okay, that's enough of the hints and the marketing for a totally separate company and all the rest of it. But they are working very hard on it, spoke to them a lot, and hopefully it'll be ready. I'm hoping it'll be early summer. I can then get straight in with it, and we're going to have a good build with that particular one. Probably going to be our super build for the year and everything else. So keep your fingers crossed on that one. I'm just hoping they get it all done. I've been told it's pretty near close and all the rest of it, but it's gone a bit quiet, shall we say. So anyway, that will be up with that one. Other things like rescribing, stuff like that. Yep, I hear you. We're going to do that one. Admittedly, as I said, the camera angles those days and things, we didn't have like HD like we have now and all the rest of it. So I know it is quite difficult to see. It's very difficult for me to show it because I have to sort of get my head out of the way. And you know what it's like when you're doing complex things, you tend to put your head in. You know, and obviously nightmare. All right, but we'll get that sorted and everything else. Speaking of which, I have to say I'm currently doing the MIG. As you can see, we're together. The cockpit stuff is all done. Just have to point out this cockpit glass. Look, no glue even. It's absolutely seamless. That has to be one of the best fits of glass work I've seen go onto a model. Normally you've got a step or hole or whatever it is. That absolutely fits, an absolute gem in there. That's absolutely seamless. Drop a glue and I think we're good to go. Needless to say, first time I've used this stuff in anger properly. Now I've done little bits and pieces with it, don't get me wrong, but it's the first time I've like had a go on this. This is that carving tape we reviewed months ago that Models R Go sent us, and I used it for doing tricky swoops and things like that, like this guy around the nose, around the front here, actually around the bars and everything else. So I used this in conjunction with this lethal looking tool. Now we reviewed this again, it is up on the site, but this is the Alec Holly. Don't know why it's called Holly, but anyway, it is basically a lethally looking piece of photo etch with a bit of rubber to hold on to. And if I'm honest, when I reviewed it, I thought, yeah, it has its place, but it's never going to replace my trusty other tools. So we're talking, I do love, again, cheap is, you know me, I'm cheap, but the Trumpeter Scriber, love that thing. It's so fine, it's so detailed, gets right in the corner. But this thing, I've rescribed it with, and I have found an absolute joy to work with. It's one of those things, it's right in the corner and it feels like it's tearing instead of cutting. It's not like with a nice sharp pea cutter. To be honest, the Tamiya pea cutter, it just glides through everything, but it's too big, okay? Especially when you're talking very fine panel lines like we've got down on this guy. So we want them to be nice and refined and in scale with the rest of it. So I was thinking trumpeter one, but even the trumpeter one is a little bit heavy. So I thought, well look, this is my only other option that I've got here. And this is the 1.5, it's 0.15, and I have to say it is an absolute gem to use as long as you follow the golden rule to pull and definitely don't push with it. If you push with this thing, it will slide off and off you go and you're going to have a real problem with it. But pulling, no problem at all. So what I'm going to do is, on one of my next builds, which let's face it, it's probably going to be an airliner, or it's going to be the Halifax will be up next, it's going to need rescribing. So the chances are I will do, obviously you'll see in the video, but also I'll make it a standalone video for that one about using this guy carving tape, as well as the more traditional way that we've always shown it, which is things like dental tools and obviously pin vices, Tamiya pea cutters, normal type of rescribing tools, things like that. But actually some more of this newer high-tech stuff, which is incredibly expensive for a piece of photo etch, but I have to say it's one of those things, it actually works. It's probably worth its money. So I must admit I am going to go out and invest in a few more sizes and things, because I think it's going to be my new sort of go-to type of cutter. But there's lots of options out there, and I know I've gone through, we've talking about other ones and various things, but this one is my one at the moment. I found it's worked particularly well with this type of plastic and this scale of rescribing and everything else like that. So there we go. So anyway, this one's coming on really nicely. Part 2 is up on the site now. Obviously there is a bit of the sanding video you saw yesterday, is a bit of a freebie in it for members, but you're going to get the full version of it, which runs, I think the one we showed on the site was around about 10 minutes or something yesterday. The full version of that sanding thing is around about 17 minutes, plus obviously you've got more stuff where we talk about putting the wings on and all the other bits and pieces just like that. But needless to say, coming together really well. Tomorrow I've really got to push on because I want to get on with it, and I want to get them both in paint and primer and everything else like that. So next week it's just a straightforward run with them. But as you say, with the best laid plans and all of that's gone completely out the window. Anyway, few questions as we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. Thank you for the fantastic answers. It's lovely to get a good chunk of text to read as well. I have to say in the forum, normally one line. We're doing this thing about questions for you guys. Whacking great posts coming through. I was like reading a novel, some of them. Some of you get far carried away, but it's lovely to see, and it's great to have that enthusiasm that makes you write that much, because I always gauge it of how, you're into it. If it's a big post, I know you're really into it. And obviously these are getting great feedback, lots of discussion and things like that, which I love about it. So my one for today, which is a real personal one to me, because I get asked this a lot as well, is about the hobby. It always used to be a dirty little secret. You're a modeler, let's face it. Where's your husband? He's up. Or where's your partner? Where's your wife? Oh, she's upstairs doing a modeling cave. And we call them a man cave. And I still maintain it comes from modelling hobbies and things like that, the man cave, because it's where other people don't go. It is known as a cave because it's usually just you that's in there and things like that. And obviously with the advent of the internet, excuse me, we've all seen everybody's man caves now, and some of you have got some absolutely phenomenal setups, okay, and then other people, you're there on the kitchen table just trying to get it in and be told to shift it out the way because dinner's coming. But generally, I think the hobby has come along a long way. But it is still that thing. When you're introducing, people say, oh, what do you do? And all the rest of it. Do you mention, oh, I'm a scale modeler? Or do you still think it's like that? Oh, it's almost cringeable to say it is. And we all know what it's like, because you get the other guys who say, oh, I'm into RC and I fly helicopters and jet planes and things like that. And everyone's like, oh, wow. And it's like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a scale modeler. It's like, why? I'm not being funny. The amount of money us guys spend on this is absolutely phenomenal, and let's face it, we're all guilty of never actually admitting how much we've spent, and things like that. So, from that point of view, it's somewhat of a little bit of a secret and all the rest of it. And you get other people and they're got various hobbies, and I shoot and I drive cars and all this other thing as well. And it's all very much, I'll talk about it. But when you're out and about, it's like, what do you do? Oh, I'm a scale modeler. Why is that? It shouldn't be. It should be right up there. As I always say, it's artistic, it's got everything you could ever want with it, it's creative, it's definitely artistic, let's face it, and all the rest of it. It's a skill set because you're learning multiple skills, and I don't care what anybody says, it's not just chucking plastic together, especially this day and age. You're working with different mediums, different types of glues, you know, obviously different types of plastics, resins, metalwork, photo etch, you name it, we've now got it in the hobby and everything else. And now we're coming in with like custom LED rigs, motors, stuff like that, let alone talking dioramas, because that's completely some other type of, like, you know, massive thing as well. Guys do years on certain dioramas, from big things to little small ones, and the level of detail in there, I always say, is better than any painting you ever see. It's a three-dimensional painting, and that's the beauty about the hobby as well, is that at the end of the day, nobody can say to you that's wrong. Because don't forget, it's yours, it's your interpretation. Yes, you'll get the rivet counters out there and all the rest of it will say, oh, it's not the same as a real one, and here's a picture of the real one, it looks nothing like it. Who cares? I'm not building that one, I'm building my one. Okay, so it's my interpretation of it, that's what I want it to look like, and I'm happy with that level of detail on it, or I'm happy with that finish on it, and all those things. And that's the point to this hobby. It's your hobby, you can do exactly what you like with it. The sci-fi guys don't get kicked in because at the end of the day, it could be anything as well. So why should we, and all the rest of it. So there we go. That's my, my question for today. Is scale modelling a bit of a dirty secret? So there we go. That's it from me today. I'll catch you all tomorrow.